Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My ankle injury and how it all happened and how I've been coping with it. Well, my injury started February, the end of February, around the 22nd, 23rd, around that time. And I went ice skating with my church group. When we went, I had gone with my two cousins and we were enjoying our time, and well, I was getting off the wall from the rink, skating with my little cousin who wanted to be close to me because he was scared. And so I just wasn't really watching my step, and I ended up, my leg ended up going out from under me. I had tripped, and instead of really just landing forward or even backwards, I was trying to catch myself with my hand like this, and then my ankle, like the foot's like this, and it went like that inwards. So I broke my ankle. They said I had a fracture because they said that I could have arthritis in this leg, and it would just be worse for me, especially at my age because I'm so young. So anyways, that happened and I was not happy about it. The pain was pretty bad. I could tell you that when I fell, I could hear the pop. The most excruciating pain ever. I think my first initial reaction was to scream because I felt the pop and I was so scared. And also the fact that it was painful, but I think I was in shock when it happened, that my first initial reaction was to just scream on top of my lungs, and everyone in the ice skating rink was quiet, and they took probably a second or two to react, because it was just shocking. No one expected me to get this injury, especially. But anyways, back to what happened. So when I broke it, I was screaming on the floor. I actually had banged my head because I caught myself, but then my forehead went, right into the ice. And then a couple people came to the rescue, and they just wanted to check to where I was injured. And my ankle, I was holding it up because I had changed my position from being face, first, and sprawled out. And so I changed my position and I sat upright and I held my leg, and my foot was just hanging loose. I think it had to do a lot of consciously. You don't think about a lot of things, and I didn't think about anything. I was just I was freezing, of course, because I was on the ice. I was in pain. I was hyperventilating because I was just panicking. I mean, that day was probably the worst in my life, I think. On par with other things that have happened to me, I think this is the worst, pain-wise. And so the people from the ice skating rink, ran over to my aid. Kind of weird because the way they handled my injury was someone who wasn't even working there came to my rescue and was asking me questions, and he was just he didn't work for them, but they asked him to do a referral. So this ice skating rink was pretty sketchy. Church members, she also came to my help, and the ice skating rink asked me if I wanted to call the ambulance to bring me to the emergency room. Mind you, I had a half of mine. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I was so in tune to the pain and shivering and just hyperventilating that I didn't even question anything. I didn't do anything. I basically was in the right state of mind. And so we called the ambulance, and the ambulance brought me to the hospital, and they took x-rays, they gave me medicine for the pain. They called my family, which is my aunt and uncle, and they came to the hospital to kind of support me, and she was there at my side the whole time. honestly, like, she was my standing grace, because she just was give me comforting words and really just telling me things that at the time I just needed to hear. They put a cast on my foot. Mind you, they took the x-ray, so they thought it was broken, and that was it. They saw that I had a fracture, and it was on the left side of my ankle, not the right side. I had taken a bunch of I had like muscle injury, nerve injury there, but it wasn't as bad as the left side. The left side I had a fracture. And then later on, when I went to my doctor who did the surgery, he told me that it was a fracture and the ankle joint was separated from the socket. So, you know, that was gonna cause me a lot of pain in the future. So, why I decided to take the surgery? I didn't want to spend my whole life having problems with it, more so having more pain, you know? I mean, there's always gonna be a chance that even with the surgery, I will still have pain and, you know, it'll be a hassle, but at least I know now that I can get back to how I was before, little by little, and think about the future later on. So I got the cast and I had to have 2 weeks on it. In May was around the time when they scheduled an appointment, the surgery. Anyways, I had the surgery May 5th, and the surgery went really well. I'll show you guys the picture of my ankle. After the surgery, I had to be on the cast again until they had to take the stitches out. So they had like about a whole month of just being on the cast. So it was back to looking normal again. And then the doctor told me I had to go to therapy, physical therapy, and I had to do exercises. I had to get my mobility back, but you know, stretching it, and my ankle was very stiff. My toes hurt, you know, because I hadn't used my leg, and you know, the worst part was just being on my butt all the time, doing the exercises, and not being allowed to go out because of the coronavirus, you know. I was just gaining back my confidence. I was much happier. I can tell you it is still stressful now. Just about 2 weeks ago, I started putting weight on my leg. And now that I'm putting weight on my leg like they told me to, and also I've just done it on my own without the physical therapist telling me, now I actually had put weight on my foot about when I started feeling like I could on my own. I did, and now I'm fully on my foot, although I have to wear the boot. The boot was given to me after I took off my cast and I took off the stitches. So now I still wear the boot when I go out. If I go shopping, or if I go to the park, or if I want to walk, just get exercise, I have to put a boot on because my ankle is still weak. The scar has healed nicely. I do get pain. I do get pain in my ankle during the rainy days, the cold days. It gets stiff and very tender, and I do get swollen when I walk long distances for too long and I'm on my foot putting on the weight. It's not fun. It's draining, it's exhausting, it's depressing sometimes. My faith in God has really strengthened. I still have a lot to work on. I still have a lot that I think that I haven't given God my full attention, but he's helped me through this, and he's really kept me positive. You know, he's kept me understanding the reasons why these things happen, you know. And you know, with this coronavirus and already being housebound because of my ankle, it's been challenging. You know, my emotions have been up and down. I I always relied on my independence, and now that I don't have it, I can thank my aunt and my uncle for really supporting me through this, and for really just always reminding me that I'm not alone, and that I can do it, that I can push myself and overcome the challenges that I face with this injury. A lot of people don't have that support. They don't have the support of their family, and sometimes they have to do it all on their own. And this coronavirus also has made me realize how to value friendships, you know, and how to really take into consideration that when you have a friend, to value them, and to kind of also put into perspective that when you have problems, you guys should always focus on the good parts of life, not always the bad. So yeah, that's my story. If you guys have any questions, comment below, like and subscribe, guys. Thanks.